good day because I'll be telling you a secret. Because all of us, most people wants to go to English speaking nation. And again, they want to go to a country where their stay will have value. Don't forget, in the evening, in the night, I will come to tell you how to. Oh, it's gone. So, today I'll be telling you about how you can go to a country close to New Zealand and Australia. And again, you don't require a visa. You don't need a visa. You will pack your bag, you will go to that country. When you get your passport, it's a British island. You know, when we say like that a country is a British island, what we mean is that Britain still has some government duties to give to that island. They are not by themselves. You can see what is happening in Guyana. You know, I have been telling you people about Guyana, how it's still on English. This thing you can see the British people sending their warship there to help them. So that kind of a country where all this island, where the British still have some role to play, when you get that citizenship from that country, you can come to live in United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and America. And one thing again, ah, you don't need a visa. You don't need a visa to go to this country. You don't need a visa. You don't need a visa. The only thing that you need is for you to prepare, get, because when you go to that country with that tourist visa and you are switching it to a study visa, or you are going direct through study visa, there are things that you have to bear in mind. And one of them is this. Number one of them is this. You have to bear in mind that your stay is for you to get something in return. And what is that thing in return? The thing in return is that as your years are counting, you are staying there. You are getting closer to be part of the system and the part of the society, which means your stay, the number of your years in that country or the number of the time you spent in that country count to a reasonable uh, 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 um, amount of uh, um, part of the benefits for you, or part of, in your own side to get citizenship, or I can say it's part of the some of the pillars you have to attain to get your citizenship in that country. For instance, you can see people in Dubai that, those people, they have spent like 10 to 15 years and they are not still part of the country. What do I mean being part of the country is getting like a permanent resident permit or a citizenship to say that they have equal right even to contest election. No, that is not happening. But let me just tell you now, let me tell you where it gets interesting with this country. Now, this country, you don't need a visa. The only thing that I will try to tell you people to do is to plan yourself. I know that you don't need a visa, but have it in mind that you're going for a longer stay to be legal. Do you know why I normally tell people, if you're going to these places that don't have, you don't need a visa to go to, because they are British Island. I will tell you one of the reason and the major reason. One of the major reason is to start counting your days legally from the day you step into that country. That's why I normally say get a small course to do in that place. Because when you do something like a course, nobody will now doubt the time you entered into that country, because things can happen. I've seen somebody that is in France during the time he wanted to apply for the citizenship. Uh, do you know what happened? What happened is this, that because he was with his wife, they were working for somebody that didn't give them like a contract, a formal contract. So that person was paying them what they call cash in hand. So the system don't know that they were in that country. That is why I normally say go through the school so that you have something, a proof to back up the day you entered into that country. So that once you are 5 years in that country, you will start to apply for your indefinite leave to remain that will not guarantee you citizenship. So now, what are the requirements of the things that you need to go to this country? The link is in the description box of this video you're watching me from. I left the link to their immigration website. But if you are going through study route, which I will prefer you to go, though you don't need a visa, I will prefer you to go through study route or route. Why is this? Because I want your days to start counting that very first day you went there. I want your days to start counting. I want the authority to to have in their system the day you start, you start living there, so that once you are 5 years, you have many things, or you have a proof to back up your stay, because you can't just go to a country and maybe you start working as a barbing a salon owner or something like that, and maybe you didn't do proper documentation in your business, and all that things are going and the years are going, then you wake up after 5 years and want to apply for a permanent resident permit. No, it will be hard, because the system cannot even trace the time. You might bring a flight ticket, but anybody can bring a flight ticket. That is why I normally say, for all these countries that are in the West, that are, you don't need a visa to visit, or some islands still controlled by the Western countries that you don't need a visa to visit, please make sure, because these people are funny. Immigration system are funny. I'm telling you, you might come have other proofs, but they will tell you that they cannot have a verifiable place where they can get some information about the time you started staying in the country. Please, if you are watching me or if you're joining me, can you just click a thumbs up, please? It is helping our algorithm. And, when you join us, the YouTube will tell people that we are live, because it's will now wake up the algorithm. So can you just click the thumbs up? You will not be charged to click it. It just to push the button. You will not be charged to click it. Just click the like button, or the thumbs up button there, so that the YouTube will know that we are here. Please, please, I'm begging you. So let's continue. Okay, if you're going through study routes, and what are the things that you need? There are courses there that are $400. $400 is around 300 or close to 400 thousand naira. I don't know how much is in cedis or Kenya shilling or even Ugandan. I think Ugandan use shilling or something like that. I don't know what it is. But the problem I have with people is packing their bag, going to a country where they know, like they don't know anybody, then you start roaming the street, and again, maybe you get yourself into trouble. So now, let me just tell you what you need. You need that school fees. No, you can just pack your bag and go, because you don't need a visa. I will still drop some links in the community of YouTube, or in the WTP. But let me just tell you now, you can pack your bag and go to this country, Cook Island as a country. You can pack your bag. You don't need a visa. But I would suggest you get 1 week accommodation in the booking.com. You go to booking.com, you get 1 week accommodation. Then when you get there, you have some money to register in a school, in a college, in any course that you're doing. So the day you arrive in that country has been stamped. So that your registration or whatever, the day has been stamped. So you will not have problem to start counting the number of years you have stayed. So once it's 5 years, you apply for your indefinite leave to remain. So the next part of it is you need travel insurance and you need your criminal record. If you don't know where you get your own, in Nigeria, we get it from police force. In Ghana, I think it's still the same. Ghana gets their own from the police force, or maybe the interior, something like that. I think somebody told me is they get their own from police from Ghana. I'm not sure. Please, if you are from Ghana here, can you just drop a comment section? And again, if you want to join me live, you can use the link I have shared to join me live. And the next thing I want to say again is this: if you are going to Cook Island, remember this country is close to Australia, is close to New Zealand. And one thing that you will have in mind, that it is even better because it's close to Fiji, because it's black. They are mostly blacks there, but they have some British settlements. So you might not struggle as a person to settle down, but I would like you to get prepared, be well prepared, for anything. But if you still ask me, I will say go through the study route so that your number of days will start counting, because you can even prove the day you arrive in that country. So, because sometimes we go to this country, maybe we get a job and that job is not in the system, they will pay us cash by hands. And later on, when we stayed 5 years, we would like to apply for permanent resident, and it will not happen because the system don't have our name on it. So it is better for the system to capture your name and the time you came to the country, so that after 5 years, things will go on smoothly. I'm not saying that things will not go on in a smooth manner, but what I'm saying is this: is better to be prepared for what you might have to battle during the time you are trying to get permanent resident. Then let's let's come to money, because are there jobs there? There are jobs. Are the school fees, will you be working when you are studying? I'm not sure at the moment, at the time I'm making this video, because somebody I have in Cook Island, the person is a medical doctor from Uganda, not even from Nigeria, from Uganda. He is a medical doctor working in Cook Island. So the next thing you will ask, are there jobs? There are jobs. But the thing is this: he is not sure that you can work and school together. So what do I mean by that? You have to get some skills that will help you earn. He said that, like all this barbing thing, that these people, they don't really know it. That people from Africa that barb in that place, that they make a lot of money. His friend that barbs him, he makes a lot of money, and he's not even from Africa. The person is from Sri Lanka. So, like a Sri Lankan, I think Asia is where that country is. So, you might have a question. You might ask whether you can um, move with your family. Sure, you can move with your family. But if you want, because you don't need a visa, you can move with your family and see how, as a holiday, or you can go as, go first and see how it is. Because the person I talked to today, he is a single guy. He don't have any wife, so he wouldn't know. I tried to ask about childcare and all that. He 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 can't tell because that's not his. He has not experienced it because he's a single man. So, will you get job if you are a nurse, a caregiver, a plumber? Of course, you will get job. But remember, if you're coming with family, remember that you and your wife might work because it's a new country. Your one salary in a family might not help. So if you're coming with children that still require adults to take care of them, you have to think it through to make sure that you know what you are doing. Don't bring like if you don't know. That's why I said you and your wife might go for holiday and see how it is before you now try to bring children to the mixture. Please, if you're joining us new, can you just click the thumbs up, please? Can you click it? Thank you so much in advance. So, if you have any question, you might ask any question you have because there's not anything to even ask because you don't need a visa. You just have to pack your bag, book your hotel, and move to this country. But then I want you to be in the system. Me, I want you to be in the system. I want you to go and register for a course so that the school will capture the day you start living there. So that after 5 years, you can now get your permanent resident permit. So, if you have any question, you can ask. If you don't have any question, if you want to join me live, you can use the link to join me live, or you send me add guest. So there's not any person waiting to be added. So if you have any question, you can ask. If you don't have any question, we might call it today. And the link to this country's immigration is in the description box. Check the description box. Let me see whether I can paste it here. All message, none. I can't even type message here now as I'm speaking. So I would have shared the link here. So if you are interested, you come to WTP. I will still share some link there for you to get on. Maybe tomorrow, I will now share the links of some of the college in that country so that you start calling them, start making some research on how you can plan your journey. So, guys, Cook Island it is. You don't need a visa if you're from Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, South Africa. I think Malawi need a visa. Or you are from Zambia, you don't need a visa. So I think Liberia don't need a visa. Even Rwanda, they don't need a visa. But this country need a visa. I think Senegal need a visa to this country. So this is a beautiful country that Nigeria don't need a visa to visit, and is an English-speaking island, and is still being governed by British authority. So when you get the citizenship of this country, you can come and live in United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia. So if you're joining us now, can you just click thumbs up? We are talking about Cook Island, and you don't need a visa as an African from Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Liberia, Cameroon, Uganda, and Zambia. You don't need a visa to move to this country. So, but what you need is a booking of a hotel where you need to settle down once you get to the country. Then, my special advice is that try to get a college admission immediately you get into the country. But if you're getting a college admission, you need to go with your original secondary school certificate and your criminal record and your travel and health insurance. These are the things that you need. Any other thing you don't need. You just have to book your tickets because you don't need a visa. You don't need to start applying for a visa to start wasting money for a visa. And after 5 years, you get citizenship, you can now come to UK or go to Australia to live. So if you have any question, you can ask a question. If you don't have any question, I will say good night. Then by 8 o'clock, I will be coming here and we'll talk about Dubai, Middle East, for people in Dubai, how they can start moving to a country where they can get a reasonable return of investment for their stay. So, because it's not no point wasting years in a country you're not earning enough, you're not getting anything in return, you're not going to, your children will not get health welfare, free health welfare, and security and education free system. So now, if you can ask your question here, we'll call it a day because I'm going to WTP to share some things. But in WTP, before I sleep today, I will try to answer all the questions in WTP. For the guy that is coming to teach us this thing, he messaged me that he's at work. So I don't know the kind of hours he work. So I'm still waiting for him to come back because we need to learn some tech skills so that we can start earning in this January. So that this January we can start earning in foreign currency for people from Africa. So that's all we are discussing today. Please, and if you need more information, you come to WTP. Check the link in this description box. So see you in WTP now, and thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up for us and drop a comment and come to WTP. Let's see what the link says and the information you might have. So before the week end this week, I might bring up some college in this country that will help you start making application online. So guys, you don't need a visa to this country, and it's visa free for almost all the Western African countries. um I don't know, Malawi is not free. You need a visa if you're coming from Malawi, some of the South African countries. So guys, see you later in the night around 8:39. We'll come live to talk to the Dubai guys and the Middle East and people that have Middle East passports or visa. I mean, no visa, I mean to say, to go to Dubai and work, and how they can start transferring themselves and the values, or to get a good return of investment. So I sign out. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me. If you don't have any question, let's go. If you don't, I think nobody wants to join, so let's go.